On the 2nd of July, 1937, the most famous woman in the world climbed into a silver aircraft and took off across the Pacific. Ahead of her lay 2,500 miles of open ocean and a single island so small it was almost impossible to find. A ship waited there to guide her in. Her voice came over the radio, growing anxious, low on fuel, unable to see land. And then there was only static. Hello and welcome to Vanished Hours. I'm Isla Hart. Tonight, Amelia Earhart, a pioneer at the very peak of her fame, attempting to fly around the world, who disappeared on the hardest leg of the journey and was never found. It triggered the largest sea search of its time and left a mystery we still argue about today. By 1937, Amelia Earhart was a household name across the world, the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, a record breaker, a symbol of a new and daring age. She wanted one more great flight, to circle the entire globe, following the long way, close to the equator. She flew a modern twin-engine aircraft, and with her was Fred Noonan, one of the most skilled navigators alive, a man who could find his way across oceans by the stars. Together, they crossed continent after continent until, in late June, they reached Lee in New Guinea. Most of the world was behind them. The hardest part was still ahead. Their next destination was Howland Island, a flat speck of land, barely a mile or two long, alone in the middle of the Pacific. To reach it, they had to fly 2,500 miles over open water and then locate a target smaller than a single airfield, using only the navigation tools of the 1930s. A U.S. Coast Guard ship, the Itasca, was stationed off Howland to help. Its job was to send up a column of smoke and to guide Earhart in by radio. Everything depended on the two aircraft and the ship being able to hear each other across that enormous distance. As the hours passed, the Itasca's radio room caught Earhart's voice. But something was wrong. She could be heard, yet she could not seem to hear them. Her messages grew tighter and more urgent. She believed she must be near Howland, but she could not see it, and her fuel was running low. In her last clear transmissions, she described flying a line back and forth, north and south, searching along it for the island she could not find. And then the voice stopped. Somewhere out over that immense, empty sea, Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan disappeared. What followed was the largest sea search the United States had ever mounted, ships and aircraft sweeping thousands of square miles of ocean. They found nothing. No wreckage, no raft, no sign at all. Earhart was declared lost, and later legally dead. Ever since, people have tried to fill that silence. The simplest and most accepted answer is that they ran out of fuel, came down in the deep ocean near Howland, and sank. But another idea has its own devoted researchers, that they reached an uninhabited atoll to the south, now called Nikumaroro, and died there as castaways. Faint later radio signals, scattered artifacts, and a set of bones found in 1940, re-examined decades later, have all been argued to point that way. It is a serious case. It is not proof. A third story, that they were captured after coming down in Japanese-held waters, has stayed popular for decades, but it has never been backed by credible evidence, and historians set it aside. What makes Earhart's disappearance so enduring is the contrast at the heart of it. She was one of the most watched, most photographed people on Earth, in the most modern machine of her day, guided by one of the finest navigators alive. And the ocean closed over all of it without leaving a single certain trace. We can map her route almost to the minute. We just can't tell you how it ended. Somewhere out there, the last flight is still unfinished. Thank you for spending this time with me. History never really leaves us, it just waits to be remembered. I'm Isla Hart, and I'll see you in the next one.